Hi, fellow traders. I hope you guys are having a good week. You're off to a good start. Man, my week just kind of was just an extension. My start to the week was just an extension of the frustrations of last week with the internet situation I had. I had to wait until the day before a tech came out and finally got a tech to do what I asked him to do. He changed all of the equipment out. He redid the lines, the fittings, everything. He even went up on the pole in the backyard and changed all of that. So if I have internet problems anymore, it's just not meant to be. It's time for me to go with somebody else. But yesterday was a really crazy day. This is like the second time in a week that I get in a trade and I can't get out. My platform is not responding. And it wasn't the platform, it was my internet. It was the connection. It was broken. And it caused me to have to take a loss that I tried my best to talk my way out of, but they was like, look, we can't help you. So ended up yesterday down 800 and some bucks. But starting the week off like that really isn't that bad because I've got all week to make it up. And I didn't start today trying to make it up. I just traded. I didn't even think about yesterday. I just traded. And it ended up turning out to be a pretty good day. So we're going to talk about that here in a minute. But first thing I want to ask you or tell you, I'm not going to even ask you if you believe. It's time for you to believe. It is time. Some of you have been doing this too long. And the problem is you think you believe, but you really don't. There's that doubt and reservation in the back of your mind that you can't do this, or that these people that said that it was impossible may be right. And as long as you have that little doubt in the back of your mind, you're going to continue to struggle. You have to get it out of your mind. You have to believe in what you do and believe that you can accomplish it. And without that belief, it's going to be really difficult to put in the work, to have that staying power that you're going to need to suffer through the trials that you're going to have learning how to trade. And there will be trials. There are no shortcuts. There's a lot of people that think there is a shortcut and that they found it, and they found out pretty quick how short-lived that shortcut was. And now you have a lot of people that realize, hey, you have unlimited earning potential in the market, unlimited, but you gotta have a process. You gotta have a process, and by process I mean a group of strategies that work well together, that mesh together, that you can use from the time the market opens to the time the market closes, and be consistent with it and have the opportunity to pull money out of the market every day. It's an unlimited earning potential here. But you gotta believe. You gotta believe, and you gotta eliminate all of that fear, all of the doubt that you have. And a lot of us is fear. It may not even be doubt. It may not, we may believe, but the fear is what's keeping us from truly believing in ourselves. And, the fear of failing. Not so much the fear of losing money, but the fear of failing. The fear of proving everybody else wrong, right. We have that fear, and that could be self-sabotaging. So I've seen a lot of stuff. Being a mentor, talking to a lot of traders, I've seen a lot of it. But the point is, the message is, it's time to believe. It's time to truly believe. Get rid of all the fears and doubts and truly believe in yourself. All right. I used to talk about wanting to live in the Caribbean somewhere. Okay, this is a picture of a house that I took in Turks and Caicos. It's in Middle Caicos, one of the islands in Turks and Caicos, and we saw this, and man, we fell in love with it. This is their backyard, man. And I had always dreamed about having this, but I believed that it was possible, but I didn't have the belief in myself that I could get there. But it took us going and talking to the people. These guys I make more money in 2 weeks than they make in a whole year. And look at where they live. Look at this. Look at their backyard. All right, can you imagine waking up to this every day? I mean, I can. And I realized that it doesn't take much. It's actually cheaper to live there than it is to live here. And so at that point, I believed that I could do this. And a lot of things changed. I started putting everything together, making sure that when it's time, when my son finishes school and he gets straight, we can move here. And it won't have to look back. But I had to believe. It brought a big change in my life, in my focus. And I knew, hey, I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing here so that when it's time to go, I'm gonna be ready. But it just took me believing. And that was that. So let's look at the trades from today. One of the things that I did not do that I need to bring up here real quick is the SPY chart. And I need the FinViz chart. This is the one that I like to look at because it just makes it really simple for me. You can see, let's try to blow this up a little bit more. All right, so you can see we closed above the 20 on Monday. Today we closed back below the 20, but we're sitting on the 5-day moving average. And that is, this is significant. But look, we did hold the 5-day, we lost the 20-day. Now, what happens tomorrow if we confirm losing the 20? We didn't confirm we didn't confirm the 20 today. We never made a higher high. Like yesterday, the high was 390.92. This morning, the high was 390.07. We never confirmed this. All right, but we didn't make a lower low either. Tomorrow, if we open up and we start trading lower, we're going to confirm losing the 20, and we're probably going to come back to this support, and my expectation would be we would take it out this time. I'm very disappointed in the bulls and how they've been unable to rally. I honestly thought we were going to hit 400 before we had a deeper pullback. But this is okay. I wanted this to go because I wanted my swing trades to go. That's really the only reason. Day trading, I think I do better when the market's selling off. I like to short day trading, and it's easier to make money. For me, it's easier to make money shorting than going long. But that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. So we just have to wait and see. We have to wait, let the market confirm. I'm looking at a technical chart, and I can make a case for it selling off. If it confirms, I feel we're going to sell off. If we bounce back tomorrow and we start taking out, the highs of this, we take out this channel here, we got a chance at getting to 400 by the end of the week. So we just have to wait and see. But that's what I'm looking at tomorrow. I'm looking for, are we going to confirm the loss of the 20? Or are we going to turn around and start trying to reclaim the 20 and push back up? That's what I'm looking at for tomorrow on the spot. So first trade out of the gate was LMND. It was on the earnings scanner. And, for me, I don't really like to trade stocks that are moving with the market. So if we have a big gap up and we have all these stocks gapping up, I'm not looking to trade those. I'm looking to trade stocks that have a catalyst. I hate trading stocks with the market, and you'll see that today. I'll talk about that here in a minute. But I really hate doing that, and I did that today because I thought there was a good move, and but I'm getting ahead of myself. So 5-minute opening range breakdown. Here was this candle printed prior to the open. Here's the first 5-minute candle. Here's a 5-minute opening range low. We're under the pre-market low, so I can enter on the break. I did. First target, did not quite get to the second target. Almost. Got within a few cents. And it ripped back up and stopped me back out at break even. And usually what it does, it bounces back and then it starts to sell off again. But you can see it took a while for it to get and break the bottom that it put in. And even then, it was just a really choppy chart. So getting what I could get out of this when I did, I think I did pretty good. It did frustrate me. First trade out of the gate, it did frustrate me because it just gave me that base hit. It got me excited, and then it snatched away that excitement almost immediately. But it is what it is. TGT, this turned out to be a really, really good trade, even though it kind of felt like a chase. But what I did was I just didn't jump in. I waited for this, tried to bounce. Okay, this put in this huge tail down here and it got ripped back up. It tried to bounce. There was a ton of weakness in this. I mean, look at how the moving averages were coming in. A ton of weakness. Once we took out the low, I jumped in. I was just waiting on the break the low. I said, hey, I waited for the bounce. I'm not chasing it down. I gave it a chance to bounce. It got rejected. And I could have jumped in here, but I wanted to wait for it to make a lower low. And, it ended up working out really good. Didn't quite make the final target. Almost made it again. And this is starting to be a pattern where it's like the algos are stopping it before a key level because they know people will be taking profit here, but they don't know if somebody is going to enter the trade here. Are they going to buy? Do you have a bunch of buyers here that are waiting to buy at this level? Maybe they're forcing them to buy higher. I don't know. I have no idea. Unless you're sitting next to these people, you don't know what they're doing. But I'm just noticing that a lot of these are coming within 10, 20, 25 cents of the next solid daily level, the next legitimate pivot point on the chart. It's just not letting it get there. And that's kind of what happened here. But this pretty much was a home run trade for me. Last piece got stopped out up here. But you can see this never did come back out of the channel. Pretty much traded in that channel the rest of the day. So we got what we could out of target. Yeah, I left this big piece on the board, but no, it is what it is. Now here was the first trade. I kind of skipped the first trade and went to the best trade. But here's the first trade. It was an opening range break. I got it when we broke over the pre-market high. I got in, was able to nail 2 targets on this before it came back and stopped me out. So I was able to nail it early and then nail some late. So it turned out to be a pretty good profit grab on target. And there's nothing wrong with trading it both ways. If I had caught this, now I missed this entry here. This would have been the ideal entry right here. But I missed that. And that's why I just kind of waited for it to bounce and kind of signal me that it's safer to go back in. So yeah, I gave up a little bit of profit to try to be a little bit more cautious, more conservative. And sometimes that happens, but I don't feel bad about it. I do feel good about it. SQ, this one gave me fits all damn day. This is the one that I got frustrated about. I bought, you can see, I waited for it to confirm taking out the pre-market high. Like once it confirmed it, I got in. As soon as I got in, the market turned and took the stock back with it. And because this one didn't really have a catalyst, it was just trading with the market. And so that's why I just got frustrated dealing with this. So I got out here and then I bought it as we bounced off the opening range high and we started coming back above the pre-market high. I just bought it. We did hold it. I took profit here at the top of the channel. And then it pulled back and stopped me out. And then here again, I waited for the break of this high. I got in and, you know, it pulled back. I just made the decision that I'm not going to play this game. I just held it. And once we came up and we broke through the channel, I took some profit off. And then it turned around and came back and took me out. So it was just a frustrating day trading SQ. Probably shouldn't have traded it. And I'm going to think twice about trading it again when there's no catalyst for it. But this was totally a frustrating trade. And these were the worst trades of the day for me on SQ. Last trade of the day was Facebook. And this was probably one of the better trades of the day as well. Caught the channel break and just started taking profit as we were heading down. I thought this was going to be the bottom. I thought this level was it, but it wasn't. It just kept selling. But I'm okay with this. I got the meat of this move that I wanted and was able to finish the day strong. So really, really happy with the profit today. Almost double what I lost yesterday, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I didn't even think about the loss until I started talking in this video. And that's when I thought about yesterday and what happened. But, you know, really fine with it. And this is one of the things that I try to get all the new traders that are fighting to get consistency and to be consistently profitable, is understanding that you're gonna lose. Being able to accept it and not being afraid to lose on a trade. I get in solid setups all the time that don't follow through or they don't work. But I'm consistent with what I do. And if I do that at the end of the week, I'm putting money in the bank. My account is growing. And that's, if you're just starting out, that's what you want to be able to do. Even if you only have $2,000, $3,000, you need to grow it. If you have $50,000, you've got to make money. And to make money, you have to grow your account, right? So that's what we're doing. And the way to do it is to have a process and to be consistent. And that's the focus of the small account program that I started. Is I'm going to give you a process. I'm going to give you the easy strategies that I've already taught you, but I'm going to show you how they work together. You see it every day in chat, but I guess I need to reinforce how they work together, or show. And that way you can understand that you have a process that you can come in the market every day and potentially pull money out. And I say potentially because the potential is always there. But if the trader doesn't execute properly, or something happens in the market that kind of messes up everything, we have no control over that. Or something happens and your internet goes down and you can't trade. I mean, there are things that you can't control. But as long as we can control the things that we can, and we're consistent with what we do, we're going to do fine. All right, so that's going to do it for me today. I'll recap the swings tomorrow. Wednesday is swing day. Update you on how all the trade plans fared that I sent out on Sunday. What my trades are doing. One of them has done good. Two of them are sucking right now. But I did see a glimmer of hope toward the end of the day. So we'll see what happens with them tomorrow. But other than that, you guys have a great night, great evening. And I will catch you in the morning.